Hey guys, welcome back to Generation Degenerate. I'm Chris, and as always, I'm here with
Andy?
So, a lot of you are probably asking why you guys decided to name your channel Generation Degenerate. So, the main reason behind that is we're both millennials, we're both 26 years old, and we feel like oftentimes our voices are kind of like either misheard or no one really takes us all that seriously. So, we decided we wanted to create this channel to pretty much give the millennial voice. Now, obviously, millennials come in all different shapes and sizes. Some of them are married, but a majority of us aren't. We're kind of working jobs we're not too excited about.
Yeah.
So we decided that we were going to create this channel to kind of get our voice, our message. And this is obviously life through our perspective. And in no way, shape, or form are we telling you guys that what you're doing is wrong. We just want to be the voice of our generation. Thank you guys so much. Anyway,
Let's get started.
let's get started. Today we're going to be talking... Oh,
What is our topic?
what is our topic? Today we're talking about addiction. Andy, did you know
Addiction.
that 25 million people in this country are suffering from addiction, one way or another?
25.
25 million people.
I
25
would
million.
never have guessed.
And these are 25 million people that have fessed up to it. I mean, legitimately, there are people
Yeah,
that are
it's
suffering.
true. Most people probably wouldn't admit it, I guess. I don't know where they're getting these polls from, but
Yeah, I mean, like, I'd figure most people would probably lie about it.
yeah.
Oh, I'm dealing with a problem, blah, blah, blah. They're probably not going to fess up to it because
Yeah.
they don't want to look bad.
So there's definitely more people who are. And what are they addicted to? Is there stats on that?
A majority of these people are actually said that they had alcohol abuse problems, alcohol substance issues, drinking way too much.
I can see that.
And let's be real. I mean, cigarette smokers have kind of declined over the years, and partially due to people smoking more marijuana.
Yeah.
'Cause it's
it's just people are not seeing it as cool anymore.
Not
So,
seeing it as cool.
Yeah,
That's
before it was cool, now it's not. So like most people don't start smoking.
kids at home. Cigarettes are not cool.
They're not cool. Don't
It's
do
not
it.
cool. You can get lung cancer, emphysema. You can die a lot younger than you're
COPD.
supposed to. Totally. Andy, just addiction in general, though. What do you think are some of the reasons that people nowadays are still dealing with substance abuse problems?
I mean, I feel like people are just lonely, so they find things to connect with, and unfortunately, these things are substances like this, like alcohol, tobacco. It could be anything though, like gambling. We said, right?
All right, I'm gonna ask you this though. It's 2018. Everyone's on social media. Everyone's getting that instant gratification. Do you think that's a problem? Like,
That's also an addiction. Yeah, people are just always on their like Instagrams, like posting pictures just so they could see how many likes they could get this time. If like all their followers are gonna like their picture this time, or it's like I don't know. It becomes an addiction.
so like, let's say you're a casual surfer of social media, and you get out your phone, you go on an app, and you see that one of your friends has 170 likes on a picture of him and his mom at the Bahamas.
Yeah.
Now you right there, you're like, wait a second, this person seems a lot happier than I am. Why am I not as happy as this person?
Yeah.
Does that
I mean,
kind of, is that kind of how it is though?
I think so. I think you
Envy that other people are having a good time, or
Yeah.
showing that they're having a good time when you might be at your lowest point in life.
Yeah, but you forget to think that that's just like a single moment in their life. You know, it's just a picture. You know, you have plenty of those as well. Maybe you just didn't document it like they did. So I don't know. Maybe you feel like you're missing it, but in reality, you're not. You have most likely you have plenty of moments where you're happy about it. You just didn't document it. Whatever, you didn't put it on social media.
So we can both agree though that this
Yeah.
instant gratification via social media can actually be detrimental.
It can be, yeah. It's this false sense of lacking, I guess, in your life.
That's what you're lacking in life.
Yeah.
And you really try to kind of maybe sometimes substitute that with virtual people liking you. And sometimes these people don't even know who you are. They never heard your voice. They never had a conversation with you.
Yeah,
They've looked at your pictures, and sometimes they look at your pictures and they only like you because you're attractive to them.
yeah. Like some people, you know, they buy followers or like they buy likes.
That's absurd.
You just go on like some of these freelancer websites and I don't know, they somehow get you these followers, like fake followers, I guess.
So people are paying for this.
People pay for it. I don't
Don't
know.
pay for followers. It doesn't make any sense. All right, Andy. I really do appreciate your 2 cents in that.
Yeah.
Now I kind of want to get into substances and other types of addiction.
Yeah.
So we covered obviously social media.
Okay.
I kind of want to ask you a question. How many friends do you personally know that in one way or another are actually addicted to substances, and that could be weed, cigarettes, alcohol, or even stronger substances like heroin, unfortunately, and opioid-based substances.
Right. Okay. Well, addicted. I don't know the way you define addicted.
I would say, how many friends do you know currently that are in your life
they
that
partake in
that
like
partake
these,
in that,
in
and
these
it's
substances, and it's most likely addiction.
most likely addiction?
Yeah, but a lot of people. Yeah, I know a lot of people who smoke cigarettes, who drink alcohol, marijuana.
And would you say most of those people are of our generation? I would say
of
I
our
eat
generation.
33 and
I
under.
don't really hang out with too many people who aren't in our generation, I guess. But even people who aren't in our generation, they're probably addicted to a bunch of other stuff that, like, I don't know.
A lot of things that we might not be
Yeah,
privy
like other things, like
Yeah.
cocaine.
And cocaine is making a rise. I kid you guys
Yeah,
not. at
cocaine
all.
is
It's
making a
making
rise.
it's making a rise back into our lives, and it's kind of
Yeah.
become a recreational thing where
Yeah.
it's like you go on a vacation with your friends. It's like, oh, I bought a gram of gram of cocaine.
Yeah,
And
you
it's
go to
like-
Vegas and
Yeah.
like, you just party it out.
Party
you know
it
what the
out.
weird addiction is that's so acceptable though? And I think we were gonna get to this later, but it's caffeine kind of freaks me out how
Caffeine, yes.
addictive it is, and it affects your mind so much. It's like it really affects your mind, and it's really acceptable.
Yeah, it's kind of like if I don't have my cup of coffee, don't say hi to me in the mornings. And
Yeah.
it's kind of become something where it's like,
Yeah.
I've caught myself numerous times drinking like 2 or 3 cups of coffee a day.
Yeah.
And I used to hate the thing. I used to hate coffee.
Yeah, and other things that have caffeine in it too, like just regular
Energy drinks.
energy
energy
drinks, sodas and stuff.
Sodas, yeah.
They're in everything.
Totally, yeah. Caffeine can honestly be a problem, and you can start sensing some dependency on it.
Dependency, and then if you
Dependency.
try to stray away, you go through withdrawal symptoms that are really bad, actually. Like,
Which is strange because no one really thinks of
No.
caffeine being a real problem. It's
Yeah.
like, oh, I can stop whenever I want.
yeah, it's like acceptable. Like, go to Starbucks, go to your local Starbucks, get your
Get your
or
coffee
whatever.
fix. Totally.
Yeah,
All right, we already dove into cigarettes. Cigarettes are terrible for you. Stay away from it. We know a lot of people that smoke cigarettes, and I smoke cigarettes, and I think it's a terrible habit. And unfortunately, it's scientifically proven that the nicotine does legitimately have a bond with your body and your brain.
Yeah, it is the addictive component of cigarettes. Yeah,
Yeah.
nicotine is. I think some studies try to prove that it's not, but most people agree that it is.
And the next one I'm going to talk about is one that I think hits home to a lot of our viewers, and that's marijuana. And marijuana, guys, believe it or not, marijuana, you can have a dependency on marijuana. A lot of people are thinking there's no substance in marijuana that's got an addiction factor, and that's where you're wrong.
Well, yeah. I mean, marijuana. You smoke it, you get that happy,
It's that
reward
high.
feeling.
It's
Yeah,
that high.
It-
It's the endorphins being released in your brain
Well, it's
artificially.
dopamine, yeah.
Dopamine.
Dopamine release causes you to feel good. It's that reward, and then you keep wanting to get that again. So
keep wanting.
that's that addiction. That's
Yeah.
that bond you form with
It's
it.
that bond you form. Now, for stronger substances, I know I have personal friends that have undergone surgery, got these opioid-based substances, these pharmaceutical brand substances.
Yeah.
They got hooked on these things, and unfortunately, when their doctor stopped prescribing them, they felt the need that they still need to continuously feel that the way they were. And
Yeah.
guys, opioid-based substances are basically what heroin is synthesized and made out of. So these aren't joke. This isn't a joke. Your body legitimately craves, and your body needs this drug after a while.
Yeah.
So
And the overdose from it is terrible. The overdose basically kills you through suffocation.
that's
And
god awful.
Yeah.
That's god awful. Do you feel like there could be safer alternatives to, instead of doctors prescribing so much opioid-based substances after surgery? Could there be safer alternatives though?
I definitely think so, but of course, the pharmaceutical industry, they created these opioids, right?
And they're
It's a
also
huge
lobbying.
business.
They're also lobbying
Yeah, of
against certain research to be conducted in order to get these people away from these substances,
Yeah,
which is
yeah.
absurd.
Yeah, well, they're making money off it, so they want to keep pushing
Their
the
agenda.
opioids. Yeah, their agenda.
Their opioid
basically.
agenda. Totally.
Yeah, and now we're going through this opioid epidemic. That, I mean, it's covered in the news. I think even Trump.
President
he
Trump
talked about it.
spoke about it.
Yeah,
That's craziness. All right, Andy. I'm gonna talk about gambling and
gambling.
gambling.
Yeah.
This is one that our generation in particular is guilty of. We are broke in comparison to our parents' generation at our respectable ages, but I think it's really funny that I think it's really sad that a lot of people have gone into gambling, and I'm not gonna lie. I've dealt with it. When I came out of the Marines, I was really missing that rush feeling, and I often found myself in the casino because I kind of wanted to recreate that rush. And it's craziness. It doesn't make a lot of sense. I'm not gonna condone it. Unfortunately, I'm not gonna condemn those that have done it in the past because I would be a hypocrite to say that I haven't. I've lost lots of money, and I also have won at certain times in my life, but I felt like it wasn't about the money. It was about I want that rush. I want that feeling.
Yeah, it's more about the rush, and I think that's what addiction is. It's getting that rush, and like we said with that dopamine, it's again you get that dopamine release, which gives you that sense of that reward.
Totally.
Yeah, it's true with even gambling. Like you win, like let's say you're playing blackjack, you win this sizable pot, you get like this freaking huge dopamine release, and it's like that helps solidify that addiction. It just if you keep going and going.
Guys, before we get into the tips to how you guys can stray away from addiction if you are currently dealing with it or ways to avoid it, we want to say that this channel is not about judgment. If you guys leave your comments below about your personal narratives and your personal testimonies regarding it, would be great, so we can have a further insight about what certain addictions people might be going through.
Right.
If we left any out and you want to share it as well, that would be amazing. Okay, Andy, tips though.
Tips? I mean, it's just, if you do feel like you're addicted to something, you gotta first feel like you're addicted to something, and then you gotta come to terms with it, and then find a way to cope with it, right?
Coping, no, totally. And guys, there's AA, Alcoholics Anonymous.
Yeah.
There are rehabs that help with this, and I know a lot of people are skeptical about rehabs because they're just going to take my money and I'm going to relapse anyway. If you go into it with that mentality, most likely you are going to relapse.
It's going to be a waste of money, right?
It is going to be. It is. Yeah. I would say if it's certain things that you don't necessarily need rehab for, and I'm obviously not a clinical healthcare physician, I don't really necessarily have that level of professionalism where I can give that. But if you feel like this is case by case. If you can just change up your life, if you can surround yourself with more positive people, if you're not happy with your job and you feel like if you move away from the job you're currently at, you can find happiness again. Those are all things that you should keep in mind.
Yeah. And it's worth spending time on figuring out what changes you need to make, and with regards to your job, regards to friends, and just anybody. Yeah, it's worth spending time on it. Yeah,
totally.
And
guys, it can even be getting those natural endorphins released. You go to the gym, and I totally get it. There's a lot of people that are like, I don't want to go to the gym. It's a bunch of weird people. And truth be told, there are a lot of weird people that go to some of these gyms. A lot of these juice heads and these Instagram models. Girl is spending more time checking out her ass in the mirror. There's dudes that are flexing their pecs in front of the mirror. Like, you guys are such vain people, and they usually are. If you guys are one of those people that go to the gym and you do it for personal fulfillment, by all means. But there's a whole bunch of robots, I call them, at the gym.
No, you're right. There are.
Yeah, you get that natural endorphins released. Work on building actual relationships with people, both romantically and friendly.
It could be any hobby, really. It doesn't have to be literally anything. Like, there's so many things out there. I can't even begin to throw things out there.
Healthy alternatives.
Yeah.
I think we nailed the head on the hit the hammer on the nail. Sorry about that, guys. Thank you so much as always for tuning into our channel. Do us a favor, hit the like button, subscribe, and comment below. And thank you guys so much.
All right,
Andy,
guys.
as always, thank you for being on the show.
Talk.
Great talk. Stay tuned for more, guys. God bless.
All right, later.